What's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys, and I hope everybody is having a phenomenal day. So thank you for joining Becky's House of Cards. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below so that way you guys always know when the next video comes live. And yeah, today we're going to do a pick a card reading. So it was based off of what this person is feeling for me. And I felt like I needed to expand on that as what is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me. Okay? What is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me? I have to write this down. Okay. Sorry, I just didn't want you guys waiting while I was writing that out. But yes, what is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me? Pick a card reading. Got my oracle decks out. I've got a clarifying deck if we need it. And let's get started. What is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me, Source? What messages do you have for the collective? Pick a card reading, piles 1, 2, and 3. What is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me? The whole deck just split in two. What is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me? Pick a card, collective, with piles 1, 2, and 3. What is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me, Source? What messages do you have? What messages do you have for pile number 1, Source? What messages do you have for pile number 1? Thank you. Alright, make sure we're in frame here. What messages do you have for pile number 2, Source? Whoa, thank you. What messages do you have for pile number 3, Source? Okay, well, hopefully, guys. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pile number 1. What other messages? Whoa. Cards are flying out, guys. Pile number 2. What messages do you have for them? Thank you. And pile number 3. What messages do you have for pile number 3, Source? This one wants to come out, so I'm going to take it. What else for pile number 1? Okay. What else for pile number 2? Thank you. And what else for pile number 3? Okay, this card wanted to come out. Alright, what is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me? Alright. Let's get one of these for you guys to pick a pile. Pile number 1, Source. What card do they need? Show me some card. What card? Okay, thank you. It's right here. The spruce card. Hopefully you guys can see that. I have a glare from my deck in here. Hold on. Let me move it out of the way. Alright. That's a lot better. What about pile number 2? Alright. Pile number 2, Source. What else for pile number 2? One card, please. What message? Okay, thank you. You guys got the Willow, 48. What else for pile 3, Source? Okay, I'm not going to argue. And then for pile number 3, we've got Tobacco number 31. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take a breath. Whatever one you feel resonates with you, use your intuition. How do you feel? Go towards the one that you gravitate towards the most, not the one you think it should be. Okay. And with that, we're going to move on to pile number 1. Get these out of the way. Actually, my bad. There we go. Okay. And pile number 1, for those of you that chose the spruce card, this message is for you. We'll get into that. It's really bright here today. So what is this person feeling for you and mirroring for you, pile 1? Okay, the 3 of Swords in the upright, the Magician. Okay. And the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this could be whoever's on your mind. This is what's going on. It really could, be anybody in your life too. So take it where it resonates, leave the rest. But this person they're either Libra or an Aries. They don't have to be. They could be just embodying those traits right now. They also might have that in their chart, or you might have that in your chart. And Gemini's coming through too. So this person wants success with you. Like, they want victory. They want to create happy, outcomes. They want to have this place of manifestation with you. And it's not necessarily manifesting a relationship as much as it might be a partnership. It could be just an encounter. It could be any amount of things, right? It could be a job situation. But they want to manifest you. And they want to manifest a connection, but not just any connection. They want it to be free of stress, free of harm, free of, these things that weigh one down. And so they really want this positive situation to come through, one that's guided by source, one that's, really in a place of spirituality. And they don't want to hide their love from you, but they did. So this person cares about you a lot, but they hid their love from you because they were afraid of, not getting anywhere with you. And what they don't realize in this moment is that it's mirroring the past, right? And because this is mirroring the past, it's maybe they got brokenhearted, or somebody cheated on them, or somebody just really had it out for them, or it might have seemed like that. But it put them in a place of always being cautious of what to do when it comes to creating the kind of situation that they want with you. Being that there's in reality, there is no cup cards out on the table. I can't say it is a relationship, but that does not mean that it isn't. It could just mean that this person still in this time is afraid of showing their emotions. And the reason why is that they're mirroring you, in that possibly you give too much emotion. And you also, in this way, do that because you're afraid of being rejected. And this person isn't necessarily afraid of rejection. They're afraid of stalemate, like this energy of never moving. Always being just a little bit too far from our goal. Like, I see it, but I can't quite reach it. And for you, it's like the same way. Like, that's how you feel about a connection like this. So it could even be a friendship. Right? It's like, it's just a little bit out of your reach, because it's like, I'm giving love, but it's like I'm getting hurt as well. And what's happening here, pile 1, is that you're not communicating with yourself. My apologies, I needed some water. You're not in a place of communicating truth to yourself right now. Maybe you're opening up to this. You're more concerned about, I think both of you guys are actually concerned about manifesting manifesting this connection, manifesting this realization into actuality. And it's like your mind and your emotions are put elsewhere. And it's like, for you, there's this sense of, let me manifest all my emotions because that's all I know how to do, and put it out for them. So this person is trying there. So it seems like it's balanced, right? That seems like it's balanced. Well, if I have too much of something and they don't have enough, then won't that balance out? No, not in the world of love, not in the world of emotions, not in the world of partnerships, relationships, whatever, pile one. That ends up creating an unequal balance, because one will be the giver and the other will always be the receiver, and there will be no middle ground, okay? And so this person, it's not that they have bad intentions with you, it's just, again, mirroring something that has happened from their own past, and you two are mirroring something from your own past. Afraid of abandonment is what I hear. And that is what creates this situation from in actuality moving forward at this time. At this time. Here's the deal. It's protected, and there is some sense of stability here. However, there's some growth that needs to be continued on, and there's some things that need to be let go of, like boundaries set. And that's something that I feel like you're working on. And Source just wants you to know that that's what you're making progress on. So the more that you continue to set those boundaries and stand firm in those boundaries, the more that you will overcome this energy of not being able to move forward. And the more that they will too, because when you balance out yourself, it's somehow, and I don't want you to feel like this is you taking on all the energy and all the responsibility, pile one, because that's not. But when you balance out yourself, you balance out the relationship. And if it's meant for you, or the situation too, it could even be work. Like this could be work, but this is definitely something that's on your mind. So when you balance out yourself, what happens is that you treat everybody around you how to treat yourself. Like you train them basically in a way, but you're not training them. It's just you're upholding boundaries that you've set for yourself because you don't like certain things, or you notice that certain things make you feel more drained, or you notice that certain things make you feel sick to your stomach. You see what I'm saying? Like so you go through and you start to communicate this with yourself, and you start to let yourself see this. And what happens in turn is that now you'll be able to communicate with the situation from a state of knowing how to preserve yourself, but still give without overgiving, like draining yourself, ending up like, I got to go to bed for 3 days, or I can't move, or I can't do anything. Like I don't have time, or this, that, and the other, right? This is about you really embracing a new set of energy for yourself and allowing yourself to set those boundaries. And you manifested this. This is a completion for you. You have to trust this process. You have to allow this process to unfold the way that it's meant to. And this is a powerful card coming out as in the center of the reading with the Magician here. I mean, you've got creative energy flowing. So just keep moving forward, and know that it's like this person does care about you. But again, they could just really want to have the communication in this situation and not much else. Like maybe that's what's manifesting for them too, is that communication. And so, we've got Mercury on the Spruce card. I believe the Magician has Gemini energy too. And, you've definitely got air energy coming through, but Gemini energy for that communication. And I feel like that's definitely powerful here in this situation. Okay, and it's that is where you have to allow yourself to open up. That's where you have to see that this person cares about you, but everything is at a stalemate because the energy is imbalanced here. And it's not a bad, It's not like you're not moving forward. There's forward progression in this. But somebody wants communication while another person wants passion, and that's the imbalance. It's interesting. What Oracle guidance card can we give to pile number 1? What Oracle guidance card can we give to pile number 1? What Oracle guidance card can we give to pile number 1? Whoa, okay, so you've got cards flying out. So, I just see, like, there's an indecision somewhere. Like, it's coming out right now. It's like, there's an indecision here. You hear one foot in the door, but afraid to make a move. I just got a weird sense of anger too. So maybe there's some anger in regards to this connection, because it is standing still, and there's this sense of, so the tripod, it's like if one leg falls over, then we're screwed. And that's the fear that's coming through. I have no idea. That is so specific and so random for one of you guys, I assume. But there's just this energy of trying to figure out if I can overcome the obstacles along the way. But all I'm focused on is having basically an easy love. And maybe that's both of you guys too. That's both of you guys coming through here wanting an easy love. Now, there is this energy of, I just want, like, we used to communicate in the past, but in moving forward, I just want the physical. Okay, so be careful, some of you guys too, because you need to focus on, that's why those boundaries were coming up, because the thing is that you need to focus on making sure you have your boundaries and not just freely giving yourself away. Okay, so this is a very strong message that's coming through. It's like mirroring yourself, and maybe, okay, I'm not calling anybody anything here, but sometimes what happens is that we want something so bad that we will give away every aspect of ourselves. So, like, i.e., you'll want something so bad that you think you need to sleep with that person on the first night, and so you'll sleep with them on the first night, and you don't know where it's going. And then suddenly it gets lost, and you're wondering why it gets lost. That's because you stepped over a boundary for yourself, and maybe you don't think that that's bad, but think about how that could, shape any kind of connection. Any kind of connection. That's what Source is, like, trying to point out here. It's like, I feel like this person is coming in as some sort of a test, some sort of a, again, I said that at the beginning, it was a completion. So this is something that Source is bringing to you to see, are you really ready to be in this state of growth? And you are. I think you're focused on taking care of yourself, and I feel like you're focused on doing what's best for you. And Source has your back. Like, they've been communicating with you. I feel like you've been following the synchronicities, the signs, and your intuition is coming through as well. And you're creating something. You're creating a new way of being. And I think maybe that's why this person feels so stuck. And I feel like you feel stuck too, because you're in a period just before you grow again. And you know how on this journey, it's like the roller coaster ride. Like, sometimes you're climbing. You feel like you're really not getting anywhere because it's so slow. Climbing. And then eventually you get to the top, and you're cresting the top, and the anticipation's growing, and you're like, come on. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, you take off, and it's like, whoa. And that is kind of like that energy that you're in right now. And that's the energy that this whole connection. So I feel like the communication is going to come through. I feel like you may hear from this person and be surprised at what it is that they're telling you or what they're going to say. Yeah, at the end of the day, just making sure that you're staying grounded and true to yourself and embody that energy of setting boundaries, like that's just something that a lot of people, I think we all need to work on it. But understand that you are stable. You are stable and embrace your stability. Embrace that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, they're upside down. Okay. We've got, all right, Mary Shelley. These are my relationship cards here. Connection cards. She says, the beginning is always today. So this is a one night stand. And then for marriage, it says elegance is inferior to virtue. And then for family, it says a slavish bond to parents cramps every faculty of the mind. So this could very well be a family situationship that you're trying to close, something that a lot of people have dealt with in your family. Like even if your mom and dad were the only ones that they were together, maybe it was just so fast that, you always wondered if that's really the way that things were. I know a lot of people from the old generation, they always were like, oh, I'm still with my high school sweetheart, it's a beautiful story. And if you are, guys, that's beautiful. However, I'm sure everybody's met that one person that just kind of like relishes in it in so much pride that you're wondering, are they really happy, right? And you can't really question a person's happiness, but I think you guys understand with where I'm going with that. It's just that like we all know, we've kind of like wondered that ourselves. And so this is something that you're going to let go of. And it's funny that this one wanted to come first, and it's talking about the faculty of the mind. And, you have your swords card here, which is definitely that energy of, your mentality, the way you think. Thoughts are things, but you also, are being told that there's certain actions to take. And right now, I think it's just to stay still. To stay still and be true to yourself, okay? There's still, and that is an action. That is an action. I think people are like, that's not taking any action. That's doing nothing. No, it is, because you're deciding to do that. And so you'll know what will work best for you in any one situation, because everybody's situation is different. But just be willing to see beyond the sweetness of what's being said and see the reality of what is. Okay. So elegance is inferior to virtue. It's funny that this comes up too. Like elegance, when I think of elegance, I sometimes think of vanity and pride, because there's like, oh, somebody wants to appear a certain way to everybody. It's still about appearing a certain way. But your virtue, and that's what I was talking about, don't just like jump into bed with somebody. Ever. Ever, because you have to, that's allowing a boundary to be crossed before you know anything about a person, right? And that's self-protection. I'm not saying that you got to be celibate for your whole life or anything like that. Like, I'm just saying that it's just taking steps, because we've kind of overcrossed that step in society where we end up going into bed with somebody right away. And that has to, you have to keep your virtue, like your virtue is true. Like that's your being, who you are inside. But when you give that away, you give your power away to everybody, right? And the beginning is always today. You know what? If it happens, you can't beat yourself up. You have to acknowledge that and find out where it is that you can allow yourself to let go a little bit more and come up into a space of self-love and appreciation for yourself, right? And then move forward from that. And then that's funny, on the action side, what was I saying? We got Hugh Hefner. And for one night stand, he says, make every night a one night stand. For marriage, he says, long-term relationships are great. Have as many as you can. And for family, he says, surround yourself with young partners to stay fit. And this goes perfectly in what I was saying just now. It's like that energy of not getting in, just jumping into bed with somebody just because maybe you have cared about them for a long time. Maybe you have wanted this for a long time. At the beginning, I said I couldn't it didn't really feel like a relationship, but as it went on, I definitely see why. It's because it was so hidden. Like, that is one of the things about this. There's like a hidden aspect to it. And it was more about the friendship before, right? But it wasn't even really, I'm not getting this sense it was a strong friendship at all. Like, I'm feeling like it was a friendship and there's something else to it that we know, like, that you never knew, right? That you never saw. So make every night a one night stand. This always makes me think about with self, right? No, yeah, if you want to go masturbate, that's cool. But this is more of like that. Make every night a one night stand for self-love, like self-love yourself. I know what he's inferring here. But this is like that energy that's coming through right now. It's like Source wants you to put you first. It's like long-term relationships are great. Have as many as you can. This is telling me that maybe one or both of you have had already a few long-term relationships, and it's just kind of like both of you are exhausted and you don't want to go through that whole situation all over again. And that's the mirror. Again, this mirroring energy, right? Like keeping your virtue, and this person they may have been a player at one time. You may have been a player at one time. It could go either way, right? And surround yourself with young partners to stay fit. So I feel like you might be younger, or they could be younger. It is on that energy, that sexual side. So it's whichever one is very sexual is younger. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And so this is that energy of letting yourself just really honor that. Honor this. Honor you. And honor that, yes, maybe once this is how you were, but you're not like that anymore. Let's read Spruce. What's going on, Spruce? What do we need? Here we go. All right. I am Spruce. I am the evergreen of wintertime. I am alive when there is no other life. My square needles honor the 4 seasons. My inner bark provides food. My roots provide medicines and cordage. I am in your cards to determine why you have restrictions, constraints, or limitations, and to help you remove them. Release control, let go of the pressure, relinquish the confines, and move on in the spirit of evergreen that sets you free. Okay, so yeah, Source is just trying to tell you, like, don't be so, like, when I think of restrictions and this coming out as more tending towards a relationship, maybe you don't even need to label it at all. This is something that, like, it's meant to be fun. Okay, it's meant to be open. It's meant to be a place where you guys come together as adults. And, like, that's it. But making sure that you're keeping true to your virtue. How do you make things fun? Remembering to, this sounds weird, but to embrace your inner child. And not just embrace your inner child, but to honor that you don't have to fit in with what society says is correct, right? And that's what frees this up. That's what frees this from that energy. It's just you being you and allowing yourself to shine through no matter what that light is. And when you become you, you're going to see how this brings this situation to you, or this energy to you. And it could go vice versa, maybe there's just some more growing to do, but that's the thing, like, you have to allow yourself to take root, because you are coming up out of this season of fear. I keep getting fear. That's what keeps coming through, this season of fear, this period of wait. Something's about to happen. Like, something big is about to happen. And it's funny because I just got the term justice just came through. This is definitely like a time of justice for you. But justice in a good way, like not like ha-ha kind of justice. This is just like, why do I hear retribution? This is just for you, like you've been through it all. And it's time for you to just see that this person's mirroring back to you exactly what you need to heal. So what is the abandonment that you've been feeling, and why, and how can you overcome that? And What are they feeling for you? They feel good with you. They want something stable. They want something that's secure. And if it's not a relationship, they want something that's going to prosper and grow, whether that's a friendship, a partnership, or just a situationship. You know, they just want something that will prosper. So please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below. Thank you so very much for joining me, pile number 1. And as always, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. I'm out of the house for now. Thank you for joining Becky's House of Cards. Until next time, guys, peace out. Mwah. I love you, and I'm going on to pile number 2. Yeah. All right, so for those of you that chose Willow, this is, how is this person feeling for me, and what are they mirroring for me? Got the Wheel of Fortune coming out in the upright. Okay. We have the 6 of Wands in the upright. Alright, and we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. A lot of action, movement, a lot of energy going on here. And interestingly enough, a completion of a cycle, the ending of some form of belief, the ending of some form of being, way of being. Excuse me, I needed a drink of water. And yeah, coming up into your fortune is getting turns. The dogs are, as always, guys. Let's hear if they got something to say. And apparently they do. They got something to say. So yeah, it's fortune is coming into your life. This could be anything, really. I mean, what do you consider fortune? And not just money, right? This could be blessings. This could be, you know, something's coming through that you've been waiting on. This could be something that you've been working on that finally has come to fruition, the completion. And you're wondering, well, so what is it? Well, it's good news. So whatever it is that's coming to you guys is good news, pile 2. It's good news. And I'm getting a very strong 6. So 6, 6, 6, and 10, 10 are 2 very important numbers. Now, 6 is just an indication of, you know, they just say it's balance and harmony and peace. And for me, 6 is always that reminder to think deeper and more highly of yourself, right? To praise yourself, to give yourself good love, to give yourself guidance, to give yourself that, you know, that nurturing and self-care and compassion, and to be leery of falling into those toxic traits of being mean, scolding to yourself, and, you know, like comparison. That's what I'm hearing, comparing yourself to others, because you've worked really hard at what you've done, and you've grown from it, and you've learned some sort of balance. And I feel like you've ridden, it's weird because in pile 1 we were talking about the roller coaster of life. And so I feel like that's the thing, like you've gone into the roller coaster of life, and you have learned that there's always going to be this constant motion of things happening, and it's good. Like, you're comfortable because now you're at the top of your game, and you're like, that's cool because I always come back. Like, no matter what happens, I always come back. And it's like finally in this situation of good news. So what is this person feeling for you? Like, they want that success. I know this is so weird. I kind of just got into what's going on right now. But this person wants that success. They want to have that beautiful, fluid, constantly going kind of relationship. Not the tiring kind, but that kind of situation where they're happy to be around you and happy when they're not, because they know that things are stable and they know that things are good. And so it's that alliance. That's what I was trying to, yeah, they want that alliance, right? They want to take action with an alliance and grow and be able to have that connection that is stable and sound, and just, it's just constantly going, right? Like, maybe it won't always be easy. Maybe it won't always be fun and games, but again, there's this energy of knowing that that's okay. Knowing that that's just a part of life, and knowing that that's something that we must embrace. And that's that energy that's good, because this person is willing to put that in. Now, they could be a Sagittarius, a Pisces, heavy Sagittarius energy coming through. They could also be a Leo. And they might also hear Cancer. I don't know where that's coming from, but I do hear Cancer. They might be a Cancer. Maybe not. It doesn't have to be. Okay, guys. They could just be taking on and embodying those traits as well. Or this could be in your chart or somewhere in their chart too. But they're excited. They're excited about it. They're excited about what's to come. They're excited about what could potentially come from this. And together they know that, like, you guys are going to make it together. And what are they mirroring for you? Like, so I don't want this to be so short, but really it's simple. They're mirroring the success and the work and the dedication that you've put into your own journey. Right? And it comes in stages, and everybody is at different parts in their journey. So wherever it is that you are, even if you're just beginning or if you've been on it for years and years and years, right? Like I said, we're all different in where we're at on this journey. But wherever you are, you're like, you've come into this space of working harder for yourself than you have for anybody else. And that in itself is where the reward is coming. It's like you guys are mirroring each other exactly. There's this understanding that's coming through. That, like, maybe you guys have some sort of, etheric communication. Okay, because that could range from a whole slew of different things. But you guys communicate in the beyond together. And maybe you guys are in regular communication. Maybe you guys are already together, right? Like, again, the stage of where we're at on our journey. Whatever it is, though, there is this understanding that this is how it's supposed to be. Like, this is what life was always trying to teach us. I keep getting excited. Like, I keep hearing, like, excitement. Like, I'm kind of giddy right now. Like, because it's like you've worked so hard for it. And that's the thing. It's going to form. This alliance, it already has formed. It is going to form, or you're on the journey to get there. Because the thing is that it takes time. And I feel like there was a lot of patience in this. And I feel like there was a lot of personal development that went into this, which is beautiful. Because really, at the end of the day, if we're not growing, we're not really living, because part of living is growing and expanding and seeing things every day from a different perspective. That's what happens when you get on this journey. And I think that that's the thing that, like, in the past, maybe you guys kept having bad luck because you kept trusting the wrong kind of people. And this is something else. Like, this is like you coming into a space of trusting somebody that you know you can trust, that you know you can put, I don't want to say this, but at the same time, that's what came through, was all your eggs in one basket. We don't usually ever do that, but there's something about this connection. And it's beautiful. Like, it's not overbearing. It's like fluid, fiery energy that's coming through. And like prosperity keeps coming to mind. So have faith and make sure that you are viewing yourself in a positive light. I feel like if this is happening soon, or when this does happen, that you might not quite believe that this is happening. And the source wants you to know that that's it. Like, you deserve good things. And maybe all your life you've had to fight. Like I said, it felt like before you guys had reversals of fortunes, like bad luck happening all the time. These situations that just didn't serve you. Maybe you were constantly fighting for love, constantly fighting for someone to, understand you, to see you. And so what happened was, it was like that fight, like, put you in this space of, like, just realize, it was like a realization, but it wasn't. It felt like a realization, but it was like more of your emotions coming through, because they'd been hurt so much, saying that no one is ever going to be receptive of the full me. And so you put on a mask and you sheltered yourself from that. And now I feel like you're starting to emerge from this beautiful place of reflection. And the same with them. I feel like they put themselves out there and they got hurt a lot. And I have no idea what just fell. That was so random. Okay. And they just got hurt and hurt and hurt, and they were hoping for better, but nothing better really ever truly came. And I feel like both of you guys realized at some point along the journey that it doesn't come from somebody outside. It comes from me. And if I don't do me, if I don't do what's good for me, then I'm always going to have something that's not going to serve me. And that's... it's a good energy to come from, guys. It's a really good energy to come from. Yeah, this is so it's weird. I heard this in the first pile too, but this is coming out again. But this is justice. I feel like Source is kind of in this place of, like, showing that manifestations are real. Like, I feel like some people have just been on this journey for a long time. I feel like they've done so much. And it's like, I'm just about ready to give up. And I remember when I first started this journey, this is a little story time, guys, but I remember when I first started this journey, like, I was like, had so much faith that it was going to come so fast, and then things didn't come quite as fast as I had hoped for. And then I remembered something they said: can you hold on to faith until you can't anymore? And that always stuck with me. And it was like, every time I was about to give up, I would always ask myself that, am I still able to hold on to faith? And it's like, yes, I can still hold on to faith. Like, I feel like that's where some of you guys were on this journey, and that's where this other person was. Like, you guys are in this mirroring effect of it's like trying to balance out. So whereas pile 1 was more about that unequal energy, right? Pile 2 is about this energy of you're both coming from the opposite ends, and it's like one's not over the other or anything like that. It's like you both want to give equal. You want everything to be equal, and you're coming to meet in the middle. And so it's like you're balancing out that teeter-totter. There is no more going like this. It's literally coming into the middle, so everything stays in a perfect balance. And that's the energy here, that it's like this movement of towards one another. Is like, you didn't think anybody could ever experience what you've experienced, and this person didn't think that anybody could ever experience what they've experienced. And yet somehow, as you guys come together, you're going to see that you guys danced the same life story. And it's going to be empowering to both of you in such a way that you guys are going to only grow stronger through your hardships, because you know that you went through it alone and you learned how to balance your own energy alone. And now you're going to get to go through it with somebody, and you're going to get to learn how to balance your energy while there's somebody else in play, right? It's not you relying on them relying on you. It's like you guys coming together as two complete beings and understanding that. And in that coming together, it's this beautiful, harmonious play, just unfolding before everybody's eyes, and they're just in shock, and you're in shock, and you're kind of like, wow. So, just it feels overwhelming, pile 2. It feels very overwhelming, almost like anxiety causing overwhelming. And what I have to tell you is just to remain grounded. There's a huge sense of staying grounded here. And let your passions guide you, because the more that you flow into your own passions, the less you will focus so much on this situation, this relationship, this connection. And the more it will gravitate towards you, because you're not just fighting for it, you're fighting for yourself. And when you fight for yourself, it's a whole nother energy, and then it can just happen. And it's good news. It's like, again, it's an alliance. So it could be a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. Oh, cool. You guys got 2 cards too. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could just be like a connection. But whatever it is, right? Whoever this person is, there's this balancing out of the minds, coming together of the minds, this an alliance, a mastermind. It's so important. Oh gosh, on this journey, having a mastermind is so powerful. And this is exciting, but it is, again, I feel that overwhelming energy. So just making sure that you're constantly staying grounded, making sure that you're constantly putting your feet on the ground, spending time in nature, spending time in prayer, in reflection, in, spending time with yourself. Don't let this becomes so overwhelming that it draws you away from all the hard work that you've done. And oftentimes they say we can't go back. You're right. We can't go back to how we once were. We sometimes, though, have so much fear within us. We'll remain in old patterns until we acknowledge them. And so I feel like that's a thing. Like when you feel triggered, just take a moment and pause and breathe and realize that, okay, this is my miracles coming true. I waited for so long, and Source wants to bless me so, and now here I am. So the first one we've got coming out, is Queen Victoria. And for one night stand, she says, I would venture to warn against too great intimacy with artists, as it is very seductive and a little dangerous. She says, for marriage, no girl would go to the altar if she knew all. And for family, the important thing is not what they think of me, but what I think of them. Yeah, so this is again making sure that you're staying grounded and you have that sense of knowing what you want from this and not just folding into it, right? Sometimes when something happens that's so good, we have 2 ways. We can lose ourselves, 3. We can lose ourselves, we can fold into it and let it become us, or we can stay firm in what it is that we've done and where we've come, and then allow this situation to just be a beautiful, makes it sound less than it is, but to become a beautiful attachment to the life that you're living. Not attachment, I guess addition. There we go. Addition to this life. And it's if there is a potential for a relationship here, just being leery. I don't know why that energy is coming through so strongly today, but it just must be needing to be reminded that it is okay to build a friendship before doing anything physical. Okay, that is an okay thing. No matter what society tells you, let me tell you guys, it is okay to build a friendship before going physical. Okay, it really is. And I think that's the thing too, is just making sure that it's not only what you think of this situation, but making sure that you know that whatever they bring to the table about you, it doesn't matter. You have to be firm and stable in your own energy, and that's where I'm getting that grounding energy. Okay. And then we got Jacqueline Kennedy, Onassis. And for one night stand, she says, always be the first lady. For marriage, she says, marry for love, for money, but most of all, companionship. What did I just say? That it's okay to be friends before getting into the physical stuff, right? And that's that. I just love when that stuff happens. And then for family, says, don't just take the picture, enter into it. Yeah, so, becoming one with this situation, right? It's allowing the situation to just bring you into a higher state of being, and not for the situation to become you. That's when we enter the picture. We're our own entity. This is such a great analogy. I'm so glad this came up. So this is the thing. When you see a picture, right? Okay, so she's all by herself here, but let's just take this picture, right? You have Queen Elizabeth, and you have, I don't know who these people are in here, right? But you have each, just say this is you with a whole bunch of friends, right? Is it just a group of people? Sure. But not when you know who's in the picture. You know who's in the picture. It's you, that's Sally, that's George, that's May, whatever, right? So you think about it, and you're in this picture, and you're all your own people, but you're together. But are you becoming them, or are they becoming you? No, and that's what it is to live your life, is to stand on your own 2 feet. To stand in your own energy, to stand in this own place. So don't just take that picture, enter into it. Yeah, they're saying don't just be the one that snaps the photo, sure. But here's the deal. Also know that when you're in the picture, you're living your life, when you're owning yourself and owning this hard. You've worked hard for this energy. Own that. Own that. Right? And companionship, you want companionship. You want somebody that is gonna stand there beside you in the good and the bad, not just in when the times are good, and then to be mad or mean to you when it's maybe not so good. Life is a series of, let me just say, I would say it's a series of unfortunate events, but it's really not. It's just a series of unpredictable events. That's what life is. That's all it is. And you can't sit here and say that, like, oh, it's always going to be good, because anybody who has lived in the normal world, right, not just in their heads or in daydreams, know that sometimes things happen, and they don't happen the way that we want them to. They don't happen in the way that we would like them to. They just happen. And you can either get mad about it, or you can just see that that's just a part of life. How can I still handle this from a place of balance and harmony that I've worked so hard to maintain? Like, look at how balanced these photos are. This wheel has to be balanced right now, right? No one's turning it. This good news is, but that's the thing, like, no one's turning the wheel. It's like the information that's coming is what's going to turn that. And it's not in a bad way. It's saying that you could be here, right, on the climb. You could be here, and now it's going to turn you up into so that you're on your throne. And that's the thing. Right? The balance. This has to maintain balance so it stays there for some time. Look at the balance in this picture. Balance. You have equal sides. Look at the balance in this picture. You again have equal sides. Everything is about being in that balance. Okay, so maintain that. Let me read this one to you guys. Willow. This is feminine, south, the moon, which is our emotions, right? Keeping our emotions in check. I always equate this with the sacral chakra, the Wheel of Fortune. That's just what it reminds me of. It's something that I equate it with. And so it always makes me think of the emotions that we have. And water, which is also our emotions, the depth of our emotions. So Willow says, I am Willow. I stand for truth and justice. And what did I say? I'm getting the energy of justice. Oh my gosh, I love when that stuff happens. I just get excited. My flexibility allows me to adapt to any situation. If you're feeling a little sorry for yourself today, I am a powerful medicine that you need. Be more receptive of my qualities and be more bending. I am smoking mixture and incense that captures dreams and enhances journeys. I am the smooth flow of emotions. I am love. I am protection. Yeah, so to learn how to be fluid, right? What did I say? This is like a fluid, fiery energy coming through. And that's just like Willow just came out. I was like, I got you. I got you. Things are good. Things are happening. Things are going to be better than you could have ever, I just got to chill, ever imagine. File 2. Oh my goodness, that was insane. It went through my whole body. Okay, so this is what I have for you guys. Pile number 2. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope that everything is going well for you. I hope this brought some clarity into your situation. You're doing amazing. Thank you for joining Becky's House of Cards. And for now, I am going to get on out of here. But as always, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Becky's out of the house for now. Until next time, mwah, peace out. And I'm going on to pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. So for those of you that chose number 31, tobacco, this is for you. This is what is this person feeling for me and mirroring for me. Okay, already off the bat, 444 is a very popular number for you. If it's not, it is just reminding you that you have stability and protection. So we've got the 4 swords in the reverse. Okay. We have the Knight of coins in the reverse. And we have Judgment in the upright. Okay. So, right off the bat, there's definitely an aggressive energy coming through. This person feels a little bit aggressive towards you. Could be a Libra, Taurus, Scorpio energy coming through. And Aries energy is coming through. Does not have to be, they could just be embodying those traits, or that could be your sign, or it could be in either of your charts. Take it as it resonates, okay? But there is this feeling of being totally trapped and pressured by that being trapped, being in this energy of not being able to do what it is that you want to do, feeling like everybody else is moving and you're staying still. Like, I see this reflective energy towards others. It's almost like, well, why are they getting to move forward and here I am stuck in the same old place that I've been in, right? And that's what this energy is. That's coming through right off the bat. And they feel like they can't get anywhere with you. And they feel insecure when it comes to you. They feel very insecure, very closed off. They feel like, okay, so I hear distrust, but it's not that they don't trust you. They don't trust themselves when they're with you. And so right off the bat, that makes me feel like, as a mirroring, that you don't trust yourself. Not in regards to this person, but in general. Like, you're not being very trusting of yourself right now. When you make a decision, you immediately question your decision making. When you choose to go somewhere for the day, you immediately question that because you think it might have been the wrong choice. Like, what if I was supposed to actually go over here? Like, I feel like you might be new to this journey of life, of life, of you know, this journey, this spiritual journey, this journey of changing things in your own life. And you're not yet trusting the signs that you're seeing. And I'll get into that in its own video because it's definitely a topic for discussion. But this is that energy of not being able to trust your own decisions. And so they don't trust themselves with you, and you don't trust yourself just in general. Okay, like, you bring up this energy to them that makes them feel overly protective of you, but in a way like that. So I hear, if I can't have them, nobody can. But they don't even want to make the effort to come towards you. Right? Like, and the reason is because they get so sidetracked by everything else. Like, right now, their main focus is on their money. And they feel like they're never going to have enough money to offer you. But I don't think it's to offer to you as much as it is to impress you. And this person is just kind of like they're not in a very good space. They're very much driven by their earthly urges, whatever that is. It could be sex, drugs, alcohol, women, men. Okay, one can be a womanizer or a manho, I guess. Anyways, and they don't have to be having sex. They could just want that thrill of meeting the new people for seeing how far the connection could go, right? And there's all kinds of energies coming through here that aren't very healthy energies, but they're wanting to satisfy the egoic need. And I feel like it's like frustrating for you because you feel this or you sense this, and it's always like, why? Why am I sensing this? Why do I have to feel this? And it's because there's a deep connection here for you guys. It's not necessarily what everybody has been trying to call these connections, but there's the connection of maybe you guys had a life together, or maybe you guys just know, your souls know each other, okay? Like there's a deep connection here. And I feel like both of you guys are trying to see the truth in what this is. Like, they're scared because they don't trust themselves with you, and you're scared because you don't trust that you're making the right decision. Maybe you're walking away from this too. Like, it's kind of like they're stuck in the past and you're like in this energy of walking away because it's like, I can't. And that's why you walked away. It's because this person is really stuck. You had to walk away. It's like you had to leave, because if you couldn't leave, it was like you were going to get drawn into this energy of not being able to move forward. You were going to be in this energy of not being able to enjoy what you already have accomplished on this journey. And honoring that, you've taken care of yourself. And with you walking away, there's definitely this energy of healing that's been coming to you. It's almost like now you're seeing things for what they were. And that's what this person was trying to mirror for you, is that inner self-distrust. Okay, that's what they were really trying to mirror for you, like that wishy-washy energy. Not sure which way to go. Not sure what to do. Not sure what I want. But I know that I do know what I do want is that like manifestation of the physical things, right? And for you, it was like that at one point in time, but it's not anymore. Now there's this energy of you moving on, and they're still stuck, and they think about you a lot. And if maybe they cross your mind every once in a while too, but now it's kind of like you've come into this area of like, I'm looking at myself to see how I can grow, and I'm listening to my intuition, my angels, my guides. And it's this energy of like, I can only send them good energy. I can only send them love. I can only hope that they'll do what's right for them. But there's enlightenment here. Like, there's a deep sense of enlightenment, a reconnection of your higher self to your consciousness. And that's where you have grown so much. And so it feels very past-like energy right now, but this could be some of you guys going through this energy right now, like that. I'm not sure, is this right? Am I listening to the synchronicities? That's why I said some of you guys are at the beginning of this journey. And so, but some of you guys also like have come up into this, or you're about to move into this enlightenment phase. And it's a deep sense of renewal, right? Like, learning how to trust what's coming towards you is for you to help guide you along your own journey, and trusting that you have the ability to listen to your own intuition and know what that is. You don't have to go based on what other people have said. You don't have to go based on what, so-and-so told you, or what, this page said. It's more about listening to your heart and saying, what is this saying to me? Because it's different for everybody. And I think sometimes what happens is that we get so stuck right? Again, that stuck energy. We get so stuck on what everybody else says that it is, and then we forget. And so in this, it's like maybe you could have told people that this person was a certain somebody to you, or you could have said something about this connection that it made you feel guilty for walking away. Whoa, my printer, guys. Holy moly, cannoli, right? And now you're in this place of learning how to really come into accountability for yourself, right? You're coming into honoring what this was. You've looked away. And so, okay, I swear I turned it off, so I don't know what is going on, guys. Like that, look, I got both my hands over here. I know I was messing around over there just a second ago, but let me power that. Okay, lights went off again. Talking. And in moving from this connection, you're also going to see a completion with this energy. Like, this is not going to come back into your life in the way that it had before. I feel like this maybe consumed you because it was something or someone to fix, to not focus on self. And now it's like you are in a place where it's like you're tired of feeling peer pressure. You're tired of, doing what everybody else thinks that you should be doing. You're tired of being in this space of not being clear about you. Excuse me, guys. Not being clear about your journey, not being clear about what you want. Now you're more focused on what do I want? And how can I listen to my own inner being? And how can I become the best that I'm meant to be? Whatever that is. Whatever that is, right? You just know that you deserve better than this. So keep walking forward, pile 3. Keep walking forward. You've really, really have done a lot. You have a sense of freedom. And I also get this sense to also listen, because you have prayed for something. And listen, the answer's coming. Listen, because it's on its way. Your blessing is near. So there is something that is coming because you were able to see this situation for what it was, or for those of you that are going through it, you're going to see this situation from a whole new light. Like if you see here this woman, okay, and this, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter, okay? I want you guys to see this woman right here is you. This energy. It's this energy. It's this knowing. This saying that I'm no longer going to be stuck looking on what happened. I'm looking at myself, right? She's looking straight towards this. And they explained this as an old man. This energy, though, has always been looking in the mirror for me. Okay, and so it's like she's looking at herself and seeing herself as an older woman. And what is it that I want to manifest with my life? Do I want to stay stuck waiting on somebody to get their bullshit together? Or do I want to take action for myself and do what's best for me? And she's exposing herself and being vulnerable with herself in this. And it's like, look, there's this man over here, and this man is looking up towards the sky, okay? So it's like your feminine self is in this energy of learning to accept everything that you see about yourself and accepting that you're the one that creates. And it's like your masculine is saying, let's stay in touch with our angels while we can take action when they say something, okay? And so it's like a balance energy is coming through. This energy of being able to understand what it is that's coming towards you. But at one point, you were very much in this energy, or you might still be in this energy of not trusting the synchronicities and the signs that Source has been giving you, that your angels have been giving you, whatever it is that you believe in that has been guiding you, has been giving you, or even just that, seeing that there's signs that I'm doing the right thing. So a lot of people just believe in signs and they don't believe in anything, okay? Everybody believes their own. Whatever it is you listen to, though, not a person. This is something that you spend time with, right? This God, this goddess, this being, okay? These beings. They're guiding you, and it's like every time they show you something, and it's almost like it's so blatant in your face, like, look, here it is, right? And you're always like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, was that really a sign for me? Did that really happen? Was I making that up? And it's happened a lot, and you've questioned it a lot. And it's like, even when it came to this connection, I feel like that's what was happening. There was a lot of signs, but the signs, it was almost like, again, you were looking at what other people interpreted them as instead of seeing them in the space that they were coming to you right then and there and how it felt to you. Okay, like not trying to spin it the way you want it to, but the reality of the situation. Because sometimes what we'll do is we'll get so stuck in this mentality of thinking that we have to have what we need to have. And it's not even what we need to have, it's what we want, and we don't really know what we want. And so we get confused. Okay, when we're in our confused state, we try to confusedly, if that's a word, we're just going to go with it, put stuff together to make it appear the way that we want it to appear, because we can't open ourselves up to it might be the other way. That's scary. That's frightening. That's overwhelming. Okay, it's 1:11 on the clock, guys. And the thing is that I think you're in this space of seeing that now, okay, maybe I was wrong about this situation, but that's okay, because I see it's not going anywhere. So now, again, that accountability is this is true accountability to me. Judgment coming through. It's like Judgment Day is about us judging ourselves. It's like not judging ourselves and like, oh my gosh, you're fat, you're too skinny, you got wrinkles, you saggy old bones, whatever it is that people use as judging. Okay, this is when we judge ourselves in the fact of, okay, I am human, I am the way I am as I come, and what can I do? This is that space that people don't want to come into, and so that's the energy that you've come into because of this connection. I'm not getting that sense for this person. I'm getting this sense for this person that they're very much still stuck in manipulation. They're stuck in trying to force the outcome to be the way that they want it to. So maybe they never wanted anything more than something physically manifested with this relationship. So if it did ever turn into a one-night stand, it would have just been a one-night stand. If it was a friendship and say it was like they just needed your help doing something, once they got your help doing something, they would have left. Like it would have very much felt like a one-night stand. And, you know, like those are the things that I'm saying. Those things when people just give you the smallest bit of their time, and then as soon as they get what they want from you, they disappear, they bunk out, they're no longer around, they're gone. And you're left like, what the hell just happened? Like, how could somebody do that? But some people are just like that. And, you know, it's like you could sit here and be mad about this person because it's like, well, they need to change. At the end of the day, pile 3. Let me just tell you, at the end of the day, they don't need to change. It's a choice. It's a choice. Because you saying they need to change is you saying that they have to fit into the bubble that I'm putting them in. Otherwise, I cannot love them. And this is what Source is seeing here. It's like you did that so much that eventually it was like, okay, this is not changing. Or you're going to do it so much that you're seeing that it's not changing anything. That you're eventually going to be like, well, okay, so if they're not changing, then what else is left to change? Well, when you're pointing the finger, there's 1 pointing forward and 3 pointing back at you. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I got to take accountability for myself. And when you begin to take accountability for what you brought into this, what you have added to this, okay, and that's if they're a narcissist and you're the empath, okay, you still have to find what was it that I gave to them that made me attract them in the first place. It was neediness, okay, it was that want to be loved and to be loved the way you wanted to be loved, to hear what you wanted to hear, not what real love is. Right? And it's like you might say, well, real love is somebody who takes time to say those things to me. Yes, that is somebody showing love, but that's not what love is. Love is whole and complete, compassionate and kind. So that's how can you come into this space of unconditional love for this person even though they are manipulative? How can you just say, hey, look, that's the way you are. And that's the way you choose to be. You don't have to even say this to them. This is saying this to yourself. That's the way that they choose to be. And I am willing to change myself. And I understand that I can't change them because nothing that you do is going to change them. And I don't care. You could give me a billion, a trillion, an infinite amount of ways that you think might work at changing them. And let me tell you, pile 3, none of that is going to work. It is just going to exhaust you. Okay? And tell me, how is that not you trying to manipulate a situation? I'll wait. Because if you're trying to change somebody, isn't that you trying to change the way that somebody is? Like, that's manipulation. Do you want someone to change you? Do you want someone to tell you what's right and what's wrong based on how they feel? And if they're a narcissist, my guess is that they've already done that to you. Made you feel a certain way for not doing things the way that they thought or that they said that you should. So with that, do you like that? And if you don't, why do that to somebody else? That's being manipulative. It might not seem like manipulation because you're trying to do it with the best of intentions, but if you know what a Shima is the act of nonviolence. That's not trusting someone to be able to make their own choices and decisions about their own lives, while at the same time practicing nonviolence for yourself is staying in a space of practicing decisions and your own deductions for your own life. When you focus so much on someone else, you're not focusing enough on yourself. You're basically saying, let me take care of you so I don't have to take care of myself. Because that's scary. And that's the energy that is coming out here that's being mirrored. It's like some of you guys are in that energy, and that's okay. Like, I'm not here to be like, shame on you. No, it's part of the lesson. Like, it's part of life. Sometimes some of us have to experience that so that we can learn how to become strong in our own power and not give our power away to somebody who we think is somehow on a pedestal over us. Nobody's on a pedestal over us. Nobody is. Right? Nobody's better than the other. Nobody's here to, like, always think, it's like, you think you're better than me? Nobody's better than another person. We're all different. That's it. You could say, well, somebody that makes a lot of money. No, they're not better. They're not better. They just have more of something. That doesn't make them better. That doesn't make it anything. That just makes it so. That's the way it is. Okay? Again, acceptance. How can you come into this space of acceptance for this situation? And I feel like you are. Like, I'm here to tell you, you're going to come into it, whether you believe it right now or not. You're going to come into this realization because you're realizing that you're the one that matters. Not in a selfish way. It's just that you don't deserve to be brokenhearted anymore, and you don't deserve to be lied to, and you don't deserve to be used, and you don't deserve to be somebody's plaything and toy, and you don't deserve to be, there just when somebody thinks it's okay for them to have you there, but then they're not there when you need them. Ooh, I needed some water. Okay, wow, you guys got 3 cards. Okay. So first of all, we've got Jonathan Van Ness. And for a one-night stand, he says a little beard pomade will take you to the next level. For relationships, he says this sofa has lived its best life, but now it's gotta go. And for family, there is no such thing as too much of your beautiful face, Henny. This card is so perfect for being the first one. Okay, like, I'm just going to say for the marriage right now, this sofa has lived its best life, but now it's got to go. So it's just reminding you that sometimes we all outgrow our own beliefs. It's just, that's life. And that's part of the expansion process when you're really truly expanding your consciousness and allowing yourself to become more and see things differently. Right? And most people who watch these videos are people who are some on this journey in some way, shape, or form, right? So that's the thing. It's like this connection has lived its best life. That is as good as it's gonna get, honey. It's not gonna get any better than that. And now it's gotta go. We've sat on it too much. We tore up the edges and tried to stitch them up too many times. You know, now the leather is all frayed in the front. It's splitting on one cushion and it's ripped back like halfway. And man, it used to be a beautiful couch when we first got it. It was beautiful for what it was. But now, you know, like, it's just, that's okay. It's gone through its course, and now it's showing you the truth of what it is, and that's this connection. So what are they feeling for you? They feel frustrated. They feel stuck with you the same way that you feel with them. They're mirroring that to you. You're stuck in this situation, but you're not. You're learning that you have a choice. Okay, the next card that we have is Lord Byron. For one night stands, he says, be mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Don't be afraid to move beyond what you've been comfortable with. Don't be afraid to become your best version of yourself, right? Don't be afraid to be that person that you were always afraid to be because this person didn't agree with that. It doesn't matter if this person agreed with that. This person, nothing you do will show this individual that you are an amazing person. And I'm sorry, Pile 3, if I have to be the one to break that to you, that is tough because it's like you did so much. You changed so much for this. You became somebody you're not just so that you could make this work. And then you wondered why it didn't work. And so now it's asking you to undo all of that and be back to your old self. And it's not really your old self, it's going to be your old new self. Okay, because you'll see what's different. You're going to grow beyond what you used to be, which is why it's new, but it's going to be old in the way it's going to be going back to how you were when you were innocent, when you were willing to embrace your inner child, when you were willing to embrace real love. For relationships, he says, love will find a way through paths where wolves fear to prey. Yeah, so where wolves fear to prey, there's something real sketch about this. Okay, it's just saying like that, like there's something sketchy about this. You have to let that go and allow yourself to travel the journey. And why is that? Because the journey is dark. It's fraught with peril. It's fraught with pain, and it's fraught with all kinds of, and I don't want that to scare you. That how can you embrace that experience as something beautiful? Right? Because that's part of being human, is to experience that. The frightening parts, the scary parts, the heavy parts. And love will come to you. Because there's something deeper about this type of love. When you have that connection with the divine and you have that connection with your higher self, your intuition, there's something so beautiful about this. And people don't touch that. People don't go there. Where wolves fear to prey, they don't go there. They don't go there for their own purpose, right? They're scared. And that's showing too that you have to let go of this, and that's scary to you. That's where you feel you're not going to get out of it, but you do have a choice. And then for family, it says friendship is love without his wings. That's really symbolic. This person flies away when you need them. They're just gone, disassociated. Goodbye, right? Their swords card in reverse. Like, let's be real, guys. Like, that's disassociation from the situation. They don't have that feeling for you. There's not real love here, right? And so that's the thing. It's like, was this built on friendship, or was this built on really quick, a get-rich-quick scheme? Okay, like, I wanted this situation because I wanted it, and we built it so fast because I wanted to be that person that had the lovely story. I wanted to be that person that had the, oh, we got together only after a few months, and now we've been together for years and years and years. Okay, whatever it is. There's no stability here, and that's what they're saying. Friendship is stable because there's no reason for someone to fly away when it's friends. When you guys trust each other, when you guys honor each other, when you respect each other. Respect is a two-way road. Trust is a two-way road. Honor is a two-way road. Integrity is a two-way road. You can't have one person that has all that and another person who only has maybe one thing. Okay, like that's friendship is stable. It's grounded. The next time you'll be able to ground yourself in something that is stable because you'll understand the importance of building that friendship. And then the last one that came out is Bianca Del Rio. She says, for one night stand, a unicorn is a horse with extra potential. For marriage, true love is clearly illegal in most states. That's very profound for this, right? Like, what you might have thought was true love, it's not. It's not. It's codependency. And sometimes we get confused because we want the comfort of codependency and we think that that is love because they're saying exactly what we want to hear. But that's not love. That's somebody telling you what they know you want to hear so that you will do for them what they need you to do because they can't survive without your energy. But the truth is as soon as you go, they're going to find somebody else to leech on. Okay, and that's just, you can't stay stuck in a space of it's their problem. No, it's, you need to see that for what it is and say, how can I empower myself from that? And then for family, she says, everyone needs that special someone who can stroke your hair while you cough with your head in the toilet. Look, again, that person that you know has got you through good and the bad, through thick and thin, right? The ride or die. That's it. Like you're in a space right now where you're coming up out of this energy, or you're going to come up out of this energy, or you have already, whatever it is, but this is it. How can you become that horse with the extra potential? How can you become the unicorn? How can you stand in your purity? How can you stand in your strength, in your uniqueness? Right? Unicorns are majestic animals. And it's so weird because my holder, the holder that's holding my camera, is a unicorn. It's a purple and white unicorn. I can't make that up. I can't. And so it's just interesting that this would come out and like she's wearing purple, right? And her hair is purple, and that's the same color that's on this unicorn. It's identical to this color. This lavender color, right? Violet, whatever color you want to call it. Right? The connection with the crown chakra. This is something else. This is letting yourself love yourself because that's the unicorn in it. Right? It's like, here you are, you're a unicorn, but you've been calling yourself a mule. And you treat yourself like worse than a mule. You treat yourself like a dung beetle. Okay, and like that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Like this is very much like this overcoming. Like it's so interesting to see how all these piles are very similar in the messages that they shared, but everybody's at such a different stage. They're all at such a different part in their journey. Like so many people are experiencing this. So many people have come out of this. So many people are going through this energy of what is communication, right? But now more than anything, you need somebody who appreciates you. And the thing is that's not going to come into your life until you appreciate you. As below, so above. As within, so without. So you need to learn how to appreciate yourself and become your own best friend so that you can come up into this higher state and become the unicorn. Being the unicorn means that you're okay with being majestic and beautiful and not sitting there thinking, why me? Why am I so great to be what I want to become? Why am I the one that needs to put myself first above others? That's a hard place to come from when we've been taught all our lives to put everyone before us. And what happens when we do that is we attract these codependent relationships because there's always people out there who think that they deserve to be on a pedestal, and there are people who are out there who think that they'll never ever be on a pedestal. And the truth is there is no pedestal of life. We're all on equal ground. The pedestal is a state of egoic mind, right? There's an emotion that goes through that. There's a pain, a trauma that has altered the way that we see. So when you're imbalanced on either side of the scale, you're going to attract the equal and opposite imbalance of you so that you can learn to start moving towards the middle of your scale, your teeter-totter, whatever it is. Right? It's like, that's the thing. It's like, and this person, they're either going to heal with you and move towards you, or what they're going to do is that you're going to come so far into the middle that they're going to drop off because you've balanced yourself and you don't need anything on the scale anymore. And then what that allows is for you to attract somebody who's like that as well. That's balance. Balance is about bringing ourselves into a centered state of being. A centered state of being saying, I don't need someone to complete me because I am complete. I don't need a relationship because I am my relationship. I don't need someone to love me because I love and accept myself. Okay, you see, like, this is that changing of your belief, that changing of the way that you see things. Thinking that you need someone, you need another person, you need them there because that's codependency, that need, that reliance on another any energy to get you to where you feel like you should be. Not where you want to be, where you feel like you should be. And that's a whole nother discussion in itself. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here for tobacco. Number 31. 4 is about protection. You are protected. It's also about inner stability. Okay, stability comes from within. Grounding yourself, knowing that you are okay, knowing that everything is working out in its best interest for you, knowing that things happen for you and not to you. That's what stability stems from. It's not from money. It's not from material manifestation. It's not from any of that. Because you could still have all that stuff and not feel stable within. Okay, so finding that stability within. So tobacco says, this is a masculine energy for facing the east, Mars, and earth energy. So this is finding balance between the aggressive energy that flows within you and the nurturing energy that flows within you. How can you be balanced between both of those? Maybe you're more nurturing than you are aggressive, and maybe you're more aggressive than you are nurturing. Hey, I'm not here to say anything about one or the other. You know, it's like that's just your journey, and that's for you to know where you're at on the scale. It says, I am tobacco. I am the sacred offering. I am a release of all your negative elements and energies. I am purification. My smoke will provide you with clarity of thought and purpose. I am the sacred center of Native American spiritual knowledge. Do not be too selfish with what you are doing. Remember to give away. Giving away is receiving. I offer you help through purification. I am the sacred smoke of the pipe ceremony. Yeah, so this is, okay. So remember to give. This is sending me into a state of seeing someone who's giving themselves self-love. Someone who is giving themselves that energy of truth, right? That energy of saying, I believe that I'm worth the time I take. Because if I don't take time for myself, everybody's going to take all of my time. All right? That's what being sacred is. It's doing the things that not very many people are willing to do because we live in a society of codependency. You see it everywhere. Anybody that opened their eyes, they would see it everywhere. And I'm sure a lot of people on this journey do see it everywhere. You see codependency everywhere. We talk about it in movies. We talk about it in TV shows. We talk about it in songs. We talk about it here, there, and everywhere. Like how people are going to die if they don't have this relationship. How people are going to kill themselves if they don't have this relationship. How people are going to do this if they don't have this. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? I can't be me if I don't have X. Whatever X is. Why is your life dependent on whether or not you get this thing? You already have life. That's all you need. You already have life. You've been given breath. You've been given the blessing to stay here on this earth. You've been given the gift, presence. So seek to only be present in this moment in your body, which is feeling your body, feeling how you feel, letting your emotions flow through you, not stay stuck in you. Not getting so stuck on maybe this person was a jerk, an asshole, or this, that, or the other. Rather saying, you know what, they taught me a valuable lesson, and I'm thankful for that, because without that lesson, I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing now. You see, you can either see the cup as half empty or half full, and I can't convince you. You are the only one that can convince you of that. But I can promise you, if you choose to try, you'll start to see things from a different way, and you will come straight up into this place of healing and rejuvenation and complete self-renewal. Judgment is for self. Judgment is not for everybody else. And not to judge yourself harshly, but to judge yourself with kindness and compassion. Becoming your own best friend. This is what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so very much for joining me, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining Becky's House of Cards. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Becky's out of the house for now. Until next time, mwah, peace out. I love you guys. Bye.